Hey guys, what's up everyone? A fun fact, I don't know why, I was really dumb for like the past maybe like year, but I made an entirely new YouTube channel because I didn't like the name and like just the videos I have on this account.
I hope you get AIDS, get pregnant, or bitch pregnant and have your baby have AIDS too. I hope you get jumped and raped by 7 African men. I hope you go fishing and get mutilated by a group of piranhas. I hope you get sucked off at a party and then get told she has herpes.
I don't know why I just didn't delete the videos or make them unlisted. The ones I thought were really dumb, and also like all of the live streams, and just use this channel because I mean, I have more subscribers on it, so I don't know why I just didn't think in my mind to be like, hey, let me just like change all this and fix it up a bit, make it look better. But here we are. So basically what this video is going to be, as you can probably tell by the title and everything else, I'm going to be ranking all of the zombies maps. I believe there are 27 of the Treyarch ones, because firstly, I don't give a fuck about any of the other zombie game modes, so I'm just going to stick to Treyarch, and also I'm more invested in Treyarch Zombies because it is undoubtedly the best one, to be honest. So yeah, we have 27 zombie maps that I think is all of them. So this video is probably going to be a long one. There'll probably be some maps I don't talk a lot about. If you don't like any of the listings of what I've put the maps in, I apologize. That's just my opinion, and you're completely fine to have your opinion as well. If you think Transit is a top 10 map, you know, if you have reasons for it, that's completely fine. You can believe what you want, but this is just me, as you know, just the kind of person I am, and just like what I kind of like in terms of like zombies. So just to make it clear, some rules, I guess, when it comes to this list. No remakes count. Like, I'm not going to be like number 40 Doris, number 39 remastered Doris. It's all just one map. Town and all that kind of shit all comes under Transit. So yeah, let's jump straight in, shall we?
Number 27.
So for number 27, it's not fucking Transit, right? Thankfully, we have been blessed with more bad maps for Black Ops 4, and I have put Blood of the Dead at 27. Now, my reasoning for this is, it's genuinely not because it's a bad, okay, it is a bad map, but that's not really the main reason. The main reason is because it was such a letdown. Like, when they showed the trailer before Black Ops 4 was even out, that, you know, like they were going to remake Mob of the Dead and have the original 4 characters, it was like, oh, hype, hype, hype. And then you spawn in, and then all of a sudden you're in this new place that's, you know, you've never been in before. It should have just been like just a remaster, not a remake. I think that would have been much more well received by everyone, and I'm sure it would have been like the most popular map on Black Ops 4. So I don't like the way that the map plays. I don't like the whole starting in a new area and having to go that like whole like bridge kind of area to get to the actual prison, and you have dogs, and I think a Brutus spawns. I don't know, to be honest. And yeah, it's kind of weird to say this, but I don't like how much it's changed. So that's why it's number 27, and if you do disagree, then that's a big shame, isn't it?
Is this it? At last? Eternal slumber?
So number 26 is going to be Dead of the Night. I did play Dead of the Night last night, no pun intended. Depending on when this video goes up, it might have been like a few days by now. And I did end up getting Pack-a-Punch by myself. I didn't look at any tutorials, I just kind of knew what I had to do. I just needed to look at like where I was supposed to get the parts. Just based from that, because the way I play zombies, kind of disclaimer here, I don't really go for like Easter eggs or anything like that. The only Easter egg I've ever done, like a legitimate one, is the Dies and Drag one, and even then I got carried through it. So if you would like to go and see my attempt at the Dies and Drag Easter egg, is in my library of fucking videos. Shameless plug. But yeah, so I know pretty much most of the things in Dead of the Night, the things I need to know, which is just like the map, and, you know, like how the map plays and where stuff is and the pack-a-punch and everything. So I think, yeah, 26 is probably the best place to put it. I just don't really understand the type of zombies that there are, like, you know, you got that, like, is it green? It's like, it just like follows you around. It's sort of like, you got like the flame zombie, that's just kind of like the one from Shangri-La. And also the werewolf. I don't really understand like the lore with zombies, so I don't know how fucking werewolves come into it. But yeah, I just it's kind of an ongoing trend that the lower maps are mostly Black Ops 4. So just be warned, it kind of predicts everything. But here we hit there. Yeah, 26, Dead of the Night. Also, just to touch on, I didn't really like the characters. The characters in Black Ops 4 really lack, but like, well, I'm talking about the new ones. But the only one I do like is the one who was played by Brian Blessed, because his voice is just golden, you know. So that's really it. That's why it's not last, because of Brian Blessed's voice.
Remove yourself from this transportation!
So number 25, this is where it gets predictable, Transit. Everyone knows by now, I'm sure if you're watching a video about zombies, you've played zombies before, and you know the whole thing about Transit being like the worst map ever. The reason why I didn't put it at number 27 is because, honestly, like, nowadays it's got some kind of like nostalgia, like, oh wow, this used to be the worst map ever. And like, I played it a few times recently, and yeah, it wasn't too bad. It's just kind of like a meme, you know. So it's just kind of one of those maps you might play, just like, oh yeah, why not, I might as well go play it. And then you quit after about 2 minutes because it gets boring. The things that really let this map down is definitely, obviously, the fog, the denizens as well. Like, is it the denizens, is that what they're called? I think so. I don't know what the idea was behind them. I guess it's like, oh well, we're going to have this dead space, which is just a bunch of fog, so we need to put something in it to keep it interesting. So it didn't really work. They're kind of annoying. And also the way that you get the pack-a-punch with like turbines, and you have to go from like where the power is all the way to town, and if you're not quick enough, the whole vault just closes, and it's just really tedious. Not only that, you need to build the pack-a-punch as well. It's just a really tedious map and doesn't play well at all.
I know coming here was my idea and all, but I'm starting to have some second thoughts. Third, even.
Now this is kind of like a dud one here, because I'm just like, I haven't really played this map a lot. I played it probably like twice, so I don't really know too much about it. It's going to be Ancient Evil at 24. The reason why I put 24 is, like I said, I haven't really played it much. I'm not going to play it. I don't feel like I want to play it either, so that could maybe play a role as into why I put it so low. I just don't want to give it a chance. So if there's no reasoning for me like wanting to play the map, then it must be like, at least in my head, it must just be a map that I just don't want to play for whatever reason. So yeah, since I don't have much to say about that, there it is, 24. Maybe in due time when I play a bit more, it might change. I'm not going to update every single time, I think. Oh yeah, update on my Call of Duty Zombies list. I have now moved Ancient Evil from 24 all the way to number 2. I'm not going to do that shit, that's just dumb. So yeah, I can't really say much else about that, so moving on. So number 23, almost jumped the gun there, I went to 22. Voyage of Despair. Now this map, I have played this map quite a lot, in terms of like, as far as Black Ops 4 goes. And the reason why I put it here is because, I mean, it's just one of the maps that are just there. it's not necessarily like a bad map. I mean, it's on like the Titanic, so it's just a ship, it's just a boat. So the way you get Pack-a-Punch isn't necessarily tedious, but it does take a little bit if you don't know what you're doing. The map is just kind of like, obviously you can't expect much from a map that's on a boat, but it's just a little bit annoying having to go back and forth from like one side of the boat to the other, especially if you like train at one end and then Pack-a-Punches all the way at the other end. So yeah, that's Voyage of Despair, number 23.
Fuck you! I put it in my pocket!
Number 22, for some reason I always call this map 6, but it's 9. This map, it's not necessarily bad. It's actually pretty small if you think about it. It's just kind of like, you have like the Colosseum circle bit, which is probably like the best training spot, like one of the best ones, mainly because it's just a fucking huge circle. And then you just got like just underneath, just underground, and that's basically it. Any other location, any Easter egg one I don't know about because I'm not interested enough to try and do any of the Easter egg stuff. Probably the coolest setting for Black Ops 4 Zombies right now. I don't understand the whole like crowd kind of affinity, like thumb up and down. I think that always goes up and it's always going to be up. I don't know if there's any way that you can like make it go down. If there is, I would like to know. Not something I'm going to research because I don't really care. Some cool features about this, I kind of like how you have to like use the gongs, and then like you get these like challenges, like gladiator-esque like challenges that you have to kill and you have to get the heads for. The boss zombies are pretty cool. Something I don't really understand though is like the tigers. For some reason there have been a few times where I've been like one hit by them or two hit, and all of a sudden I'll be hit by them once and they won't do that much damage. It's kind of inconsistent. So yeah, that's 22.
Number 21.
Now this is where it gets to the part of the list where I've actually got a decent amount of experience, like hours of experience in. So I probably will be able to say more if I need to say more about them. I literally just said that like maps, remakes and remasters don't count, but I put 21 as classified. Number 21 is classified. Now you're like, Kieran, why did you put 21? Because it's basically 5. Let me tell you why. Firstly, I don't necessarily think that the OG characters really fit the map. Obviously it's probably like, oh, you know, apparently they like teleported there from like the kind of like cinematic thing you get when you're about to play it. They just teleported there, but I don't really think they fit. I definitely prefer the 4 other characters from Black Ops. I think it obviously fits the map more because it's the fucking Pentagon. Obviously since it's Black Ops 4, the perks are just all fucked. Some gameplay aspects, I kind of like the way that you do Pack-a-Punch. Not really the steps, but also more so like the way you go. Like you, instead of going into like the main meeting room, you go to like no man's land on area 51. So I thought that was pretty cool. Obviously you have like the double Pack-a-Punch where you can like make your weapon have more damage. In my experience it doesn't really do much, even if you Pack-a-Punch it to the point where, you know, you're only spending 1500 points to change the like special effect it has. It doesn't really do much. I don't really like how you have to build everything. I mean, it seems like that's the trend. You just have to build everything in Black Ops 4, and it's kind of annoying. I don't know why they just didn't learn from Transit. People don't want to build fucking everything. Obviously if there's like additional things that you can do with like Buried, where you have like the trample steam and, you know, all that kind of stuff, like sure, I guess. But yeah, that's 21 classified, and that actually concludes Black Ops 4. That was pretty fucking easy.
You will pay for your overconfidence. In blood.
So number 20 is Zatsubo no Shima. The map's alright. It's one of, see, I think to be honest, most of the maps up until now, even though these ones are like lower, they're not necessarily bad. Most of the Treyarch maps are like really decent, but I just had to like pick my favorites, and really it's based on what I would want to play the most. Also, like, just kind of what I, just like main knowledge I know is a good map. So I put Zetspo at number 20. I don't really have any reasoning for this. Again, like I said, it's just a map that I needed to put on the list because it's in the list. So I put it at number 20. But just a little bit talking about this map. I like the setting. The setting is good. Like, it's kind of like obviously people compare it to Shi no Numa because they're both in swamps. I think it does some things maybe a little bit better than Shi no Numa. There's definitely a lot more room and more things to do. But obviously it's fucking Black Ops 3 compared to like what World at War. So of course there's going to be more shit to do. Obviously as well you got the Thrasher. That's okay. It's kind of annoying though if you go down and all of a sudden there's a Thrasher and it's like, oh shit, now I'm suddenly inside the Thrasher. So not only does my friend, I don't have any friends, I'm down, but the Thrasher just got me, so now you have to kill the Thrasher and then you have to revive me. And by the time the Thrasher's almost like dead, it's like you're fucking dead anyway. So yeah, that's I don't really have anything else to say about that. Actually, I'm lying, I do. Something I will give credit for Zetspo for is the Easter egg ending. I think Black Ops 3 was like the only time that I actually watched any of the Easter egg endings. That was like the last time, because I actually cared. And it's probably got the best, or well, second to best ending in any of the Black Ops 3 maps. I am a little bit biased though because Takeo, however you want to fucking say it, is my like favorite character, which is it's very rare. Most people say it's Nikolai. So yeah, that's 20. It's not a bad map, I just needed to put it there.
This man's shooting blanks!
So number 19 is Die Rise. It's a decent map. It's a map that, you can play and have fun on. But I don't necessarily like the pacing, I think that's the right word. Like, sometimes games can be really quick and then other games will be really slow, waiting for the elevators and trying to get the right perks and where the pack-a-punch is. It really depends on like the positioning. Most people like me, I would go on the rooftop and just like camp there, but that's just me. And if there's not pack-a-punch, jug, and like maybe quick revive, and then maybe on like the far end, like the far left, there's maybe like double tap or something, then the maps are just the game is just gonna be really slow. This map can either be really decent or it can be kind of tedious depending on like what you're trying to do and where everything spawns. So yeah, that's 19 Die Rise. Got nothing else to say. The video is fucking boring. So number 18, it has to be Nocturne Totem. Well, it doesn't have to be, but you know what I'm saying. And the only reason why I'm putting this at 18 is because it's bare bones, and it's not like there's anything bad about that. It was the first zombies map. It was literally supposed to be just a small Easter egg at the end of the World at War campaign, and that's it. But then because they saw like everyone really liked it, they made more DLCs for it, and then here we are, Black Ops 4. I don't know what the fuck went wrong. It's definitely got one of the more creepier vibes to it. You're just kind of in this like abandoned German like building, and you have to wait 5 minutes on round 1 for the zombies to slowly walk up to you because the fucking spawn points are so far away. And also something about this map that I actually kind of like. Obviously it's the first map, you can't expect like a fucking teddy bear or anything. The fucking box doesn't move, so there's no kind of chance of you getting a teddy bear. Only a chance of you getting a shit gun, so that's pretty decent. Also, I've never understood how the music works in World at War. I don't know if you have to like knife the music box a certain way for it like to get the music to play, or do you just have to spam knife it until it plays? I don't know. But yeah, that's Nocturne Totem at number 18.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun!
So number 17 is going to be Nuketown, and it's kind of like the same as Zetsubo. I just needed to put it somewhere. It's not necessarily a bad map, but then also it's kind of tedious like Die Rise, which is why I put it like lower than I usually would. The map itself is, it's Nuketown with zombies. I do feel, however, the starting area, like the middle of the map, I mean, they should have taken out some stuff, you know. I mean, having two huge, like, fucking huge cars, you know, you got a fucking school bus and then a truck just, like, in the middle of everywhere. It's just kind of like, come on now. You either train around that area or either, like, one or the other side of the map, and that's it. But I think what really brings this map down for a lot of people, including me, is just the random, like, perk drops along with Pack-a-Punch. You could be going into, like, maybe the 20s without even getting Jug, which, I mean, with the hit system, it's only 2 hits. Really 1 if you know, want to count it. If you want to count the second one as a fucking death hit, you know. So with that all together, and also just the map being, like, pretty small, not really having a lot of room to breathe, so to speak, that's why I put it at number 17. So moving on.
Oh, screw you, maggot face!
So number 16 is going to be Verrucht. I actually really like it. It's probably, like, besides Doris, it's probably, like, the best map. This list completely fucks that because I haven't said Shino Numa yet, so obviously, according to this list, I think it's much better. But I really like Verrucht. Obviously, it's the first map to introduce not only perks, but also the power system. And honestly, the map is just, it serves its purpose. It's an abandoned asylum. You can press square or X or maybe, I think it'll be F on PC. You can press those buttons on some things and then they'll, you know, give you some sounds, like for example the chair, like the dentist chair. You got the drill and the guy screaming. And it really just, again, it says it serves its purpose. It's an abandoned asylum, so it's fucking creepy. But yeah, that's 16 Verrucht. Serves its purpose. Pretty good map.
Need some beans for the chowder here.
Number 15 is going to be 5. So this was the original Classified. And if there's anyone who hasn't even played 5, I feel so fucking sorry for you. Like, you're missing out on probably, like, maybe the best interaction in, like, the first cutscene with, like, for, like, all of the maps. I think the only one that might top it is, like, the Call of the Dead opening cutscene. But this is a really good one. Obviously, you got the 4 political shits, you know, the 4 political characters. I'm not going to name them because I can't remember the guy with the fucking slick back hair. I don't fucking know. But the setting for the map is cool, the Pentagon. The perks, actually, you know, you got the normal perks, so I mean, that's always a plus. Pack-a-Punch wasn't too tedious to do. It was different, but it wasn't too hard. All you had to do was the Defcons, and then you're pretty much there. Not only that, you also have, like, a little fucking time, like a timed, like, just, it's like a break in the action, you know what I'm saying? Like Fortnite Save the World, you have a break in the action. I don't know how long it might be. If I was to guess, maybe like 15 seconds or so before that door opens up. And also zombies spawn in that room. So if you have one of those annoying friends who has to always take their dog out all the time every 5 minutes, then, you know, that's probably a decent place to go. Obviously you have the Nova Crawlers, which they fit decently into the map. I think even if you didn't have them in the map, then it wouldn't really take away from it. It wouldn't make it a shit map or anything, because it's really not a shit map. And also you got some World at War Easter eggs on there, like you got the Battle of, how do you pronounce it, like Peleliu or something, from World at War. That's on the like the pictures inside the actual building. So yeah, that's 5. Number 15. Ironically enough, that's in the 5 times table. I'm funny.
Poor puppies! They know no better!
Number 14, Shino Numa. This is actually a really good map as well. Nothing really bad to say about it. The only thing that I could, if I needed to nitpick, I would say that the perks are, like, different. They, like, you know, you might have to go to, like, the doctor's quarters for Jug, and all of a sudden you might have to go to, like, where the flogger is for Jug and all that kind of shit. But again, it's not really a bad map, it's just kind of there. I think maybe it's got probably the best song in terms of, like, rock and, like, heavy kind of, like music. I think it's probably one of the best ones. It's kind of like Verrucht, you know, it's supposed to be creepy. All of the maps in World at War are creepy, and they all serve their purpose in being creepy. So, you know, even the fucking song for Verrucht and also Shino Numa, they are creepy. Also in Doris, but we're not talking about Doris yet, they are creepy. So in general, World at War maps, in general, I will call them creepy. Yes, Shinonuma 14. My throat is getting dry. Fucking hell.
Mark II? What is this, like a sequel to the original ray gun?
So number 13 is Buried, and this is probably like my most played map on Black Ops 2. So as I said, it comes in 13 because I played it quite a lot. I think I done most things apart from the Easter egg, and also just kind of the way that the map is. It's pretty different. The way that you start on like a little elevated area, and then you kind of go down into the actual map. That was pretty snazzy. You got unique features like Leroy. Have they ever done that in any other map? Where like someone would follow you around and you could like tell them to do something or whatever? I don't think so. And I remember the first time I played it, I was playing it with a friend when it first came out, the first day, and we were both like staring at like the witch's like house thing, whatever you want to call it, a mansion fucking looking thing, and we were just like really fucking terrified about just the witch just looking out and just like watching us. The only thing I would say I don't really like about the map is definitely the whole maze. The maze is really annoying. Every time you go in there, it's different. It's really easy to just get stuck. And also the Pack-a-Punch location isn't exactly the best either. It's really easy to just get trapped in there and then just fucking die if you're just on a high round. So yeah, that's Buried number 13. I haven't got anything else to say about that.
Quick Draw McGraw. I went to art school.
The number 12 is going to be Shangri-La. This is going to be like a weird reason as to why I put it like quite high, because I don't necessarily like this map, but that's because of the difficulty. Like I said with Buried, it kind of goes with everything. Like when it comes to zombies, I just like to like just relax and just play it, you know, kind of just subconsciously while listening to music. The only times I'll ever try is like, you know, if I'm either on a high round or I'm trying to do an Easter egg. But I appreciate the significance that Shang has in the community and also just as a zombies map as a whole. The setting is pretty cool. It's just in this like deserted like area. I don't exactly know the fucking geography of where it is and everything, but the map just looks fucking cool. Just that ambience, and you could actually hear like animals and stuff in the background just from, I mean, it's in like a fucking like forest kind of deal. So it's a pretty cool looking map. I think the different variation of zombies are pretty decent. I think they fit into the map really well. Obviously you got the Screecher, which is probably like, it's not necessarily a big deal, but it's just kind of annoying, especially if you're, you know, in kind of deep shit and all of a sudden your screen is just all fucked and you can't really move that much. And then you got the I don't know exactly the correct term, but the Inferno zombie. It's probably the most annoying one. But that's just because if you get too close, or just in general, it's just gonna blow up like a fucking creeper. I do think though, in the Black Ops 3 version of Shangri-La, they probably should, like, well, they're not going to because it's an old game now. I think they should have made the mud a little less sticky, if you know what I mean. Like, you move so slow in the mud in Black Ops 3, it's really easy to just die. Most of the games I play on Shangri-La, which isn't a lot, I usually just die because of the mud, and a zombie was faster than me. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, so that's Shangri-La. It's a decent map, and also the Wonder Weapon, the baby gun's probably one of the better ones out of all of them. So yeah, there you go.
I save gum for when I need it, or when I am hungry.
So number 11 is going to be Revelations. Not a lot of people like Revelations, but I mean, it serves its purpose. It's very fan servicey. It's like, oh wow, this is the end of this storyline, so let's just not bring all of the decent maps together. The map itself is pretty decent. It's kind of like you're teleporting back in time, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what it's like, at least for me playing it. I have to think of things to say. It sounds really cringy, but I have to make a video about it. So you have the different type of Mogwas. Those are pretty cool, and I think the way that you pack a punch is pretty decent as well. Not necessarily the steps, since it's basically like some generators, which never go off, by the way. It's not like Origins. But you get those generator things, and then you go into that like huge fucking monster's mouth, I think that's probably one of the coolest Pack-a-Punch locations, just because of how unique it is. It's not just like sitting on like the ground or whatever, just like kind of there. I don't really have any issues with the map itself. The weapons are pretty decent. The Rift, is it the E9? Is there even a 9 in, is there even an E there? I don't even know. The Rift fucking pistol, that's pretty good in the high rounds. I said this is a fucking list of my zombie maps that are my favorites. I didn't say that I knew everything about them. This video is titled like ranking all of the zombies map, not giving you every single little detail about all of Treyarch zombies. So give me a fucking break. I think the only thing that really lacks is the Easter egg. Apparently it's like really easy. I've never tried. But also the fucking Easter egg cutscene is awful. It really doesn't do much. It's just kind of like, oh, a happy ending. You know, Monty's just kind of there. Which, I mean, he's just kind of a character that came in for like, what, 2 maps? And then that was just kind of it. It's kind of annoying that now he's like this big being that like most people know fuck all about. And also just as like the map that was supposed to like end that storyline, just how it ended, it was really anticlimactic. At least I thought. Like they just go back to being like these fucking gods with the fucking staffs and the shit. And then that's it. That's literally the end. It was really fucking bad. So yeah, Revelations, I quite like that map, to be honest. So yeah, that's why it's at 11.
I have earned an achievement. Wunderbar.
So this is another kind of map where it's like I appreciate what it is, but I don't necessarily like it. And I know I should have probably put it lower, but fuck off. Yeah, Moon is at number 10. Like I said, I don't really like the map, but I do appreciate it. I appreciate it as one of the better maps. Kind of like Shangri-La, I don't really like it because it's like one of the harder maps. I definitely like more of the casual ones. I mean, if that's what this list was pretty much based on, I'd put fucking like, I don't know, Ascension at number 1, but I didn't. Spoilers. So I think the whole, like, idea of Moon is just cool. I mean, you're on the fucking moon. You start in like the no man's land area, 51 area, and you can stay there for as long as you want. The only thing I hate about that area though is if you sometimes play public match, and this will happen quite a lot nowadays, you always get someone who always wants to just fucking stay in no man's land until like, I don't know fucking when all of the other 3 people, including you, are like just on the fucking teleporter pad wanting to go, but this person is trying to train like a fucking retard. So the map itself is pretty decent. The Easter egg is pretty decent as well. I mean, you blow up the fucking Earth, and also once you do it, you get all of the perks. I think you do that, like you get all of the perks for like every single map when you do the Easter egg. You could also see Samantha just kind of float in there. It's pretty cool. It's pretty snazzy. I've never tried it before because don't you need like 4 people. The wave gun is pretty cool. I think that was probably one of the most unique kind of guns when it comes to like, you know, I mean, it was like 2 pistols pretty much, but you could like form them together. And just what it does is kind of unique. I mean, it blows them up. You know, it's pretty cool. So you might be like, so why did you put in number 10 if you don't like the map? Well, those are my reasons why. Because I appreciate it for what it is. The Easter egg was probably one of the most good. Fuck me. The Easter egg was probably one of the best ones, at least in my opinion. And I mean, you're on the fucking moon. It's not like necessarily the map is bad. I think it's definitely got its like strong points. Like you got like that like greenhouse kind of thing, you know, like the bowl. You know, that's a pretty good place to train. And also you've got that part where Mule Kick is. That's also pretty decent. But the whole map is just a little bit too tight for me. I mean, what am I supposed to expect? It's a fucking like building site on the fucking moon. It can't exactly be like spacious. But yeah, that's number 10, Moon. Moving on.
I'm Jackie fucking V!
Number 9, see, here's some backstory, right? Number 9 is Shadows of Evil. I didn't really like the map. Like, when it first came out, I was like, oh my god, there's so much shit to do, I hate it. But compared to what Zombies is now, it's fucking nothing compared to what it is now, Jesus Christ. You're gonna need to do fucking Easter eggs to get the fucking starting pistol in Black Ops 5, I'm telling you. I don't think it's gonna be Black Ops 5, but you know what I mean, the next Treyarch game. So I put Shadows of Evil at number 9, which might be a controversial pick. I put it at number 9 because, honestly, just the fucking map is like one of the most unique maps probably in Zombies. It's set like way in the past. I'm kind of biased because I just like old-timey shit, like Mafia 3, Mafia 2. Them games are pretty good. Just that kind of era I pretty like. I am British, yeah, I can't talk my own language. Just that era I quite like, so that's why I put it so high. Again, kind of biased, but I mean, it's my list, what do you expect? I also think the map plays really well. You have just like a few lanes to go and a few sections, and then you just have this little underground area where the Pack-a-Punch is. Not only that, I also introduced Widow's Wine, which is probably, it's probably one of the best newer perks, just not really including the original 4 ones. The characters are all pretty good except from Jackie Vincent. See, I don't remember really the other ones' names, but because he says it so fucking much, that's why I remember. You know, they all have their own kind of little quirks. That was really gay to say, but anyway. Also, the way that they dress is all completely different. You can tell they're all from different parts of life. Like, you got the boxer who's trying to make it, and then you've got you got Nero, who's just kind of a failing magician who used to be big, but now he's not. Also, another thing about this map, the Easter egg was actually pretty good. I have never done it again by myself, but watching it on like E4C and everything, like, and just in general, like the cutscene, although it didn't really represent the characters as much, and it didn't really give them any kind of significance as to like why they're doing the things that they're doing. But I mean, you got to see Richtofen, and that's like fan service, you know. So yeah, in general, Shadows of Evil, it comes in at the top 10 because it's generally just a fucking decent map. It's not even decent, it's like a really just a good map. You can just play it whenever the fuck. It's not exactly too casual, but at the same time it's not like fucking mind-boggling fucking hard. So yeah, number 9.
First you take my money, now you fly away? Bitch!
So number 8 is gonna be Ascension. Kind of the same reasons as Shadows of Evil. I mean, all of these maps that are in the top 10 all play well, otherwise I wouldn't put them in the top 10. Personally, I just like this map because it's so fucking easy. It's so easy. You can just get a thunder gun and just train in that little area next to PhD. It's probably one of the easiest maps, if not the easiest map on the whole fucking list. Not only that, they also went with a different style at the start when you come in. In Black Ops it's completely black and white, but in Black Ops 3 it's like a little bit, you can see a bit of colour, that's what I'm trying to say. Obviously it's a rocket testing facility, which you can actually blow up once you do all of the lander pads. That's also, I think it's a part of the Easter egg, I don't think it's just a small side thing, I'm not too sure. And I think you've got some really unique throwable weapons. The Miska dolls, however you fucking pronounce it. And the Gersh device. The Gersh device is fucking overpowered. If you're stuck and you have enough time, you just throw one of them bitches, then boom, you're just fucking done. You might even get a fucking max ammo out of it if you're lucky. And also, I can't forget to mention the sickle. It's probably the coolest knife that they've ever made into the game. The bowie knife is obviously iconic, but like, just in terms of aesthetic on its own, the sickle is definitely one of the coolest. The only thing that I would say I don't like about this map is definitely the fucking monkeys. I don't know why they thought about the monkeys like they did. They should have just, I don't know, they could have just done something different with them, not just take all of your perks. Granted, sometimes it can be pretty easy if you have a certain strategy for it. So yeah, that's Ascension, number 8. Pretty good map, I would say.
Oh, Epic goes down again.
So number 7 is going to be Call of the Dead. Honestly, I don't really have much to say about this map, generally because it's just good. Definitely a fan favorite for sure. The characters are all fucking amazing. I think they fit really decent into the map, especially since they all kind of come from like a horror background. It makes sense. And obviously, rest in peace, George Romero, probably the most iconic like zombies boss, and also the most annoying. But yeah, the characters play really well in the map. They really, you know, they fit the map. It's not like some Blood of the Dead with the fucking Origins characters kind of shit. I don't know why George is like that. He sounds like he has some kind of mental issue. I guess because he's become a zombie. Whatever the fuck they done to him, it's kind of weird. I think the map has the certain difficulty where it's not like too hard if you know what you're doing, but definitely maybe for newer people it might be a little bit hard. I'm talking like fresh, like they've never played a fucking zombies map before, then that might be a little bit hard. I think also it's got some pretty decent wonder weapons as well. Of course the scavenger's like really good against anything, and also the VR11. The VR11 is kind of there. I don't think most people really want to use it. It looks cool, but it doesn't really have much of a purpose. I also think the music on the map is pretty decent as well. Avenged Sevenfold, they all have kind of like good music when it comes to like zombies. So yeah, that's really it. That's all I've got to say about Call of the Dead. It's a decent map, you know. Nothing really plays bad. Everything kind of serves its purpose. I can't say fuck all about the Easter egg because I never done it. And yeah, number 7. I appreciate the map. My voice almost cracked there, thank God.
Maybe I should just drink instead. Piss on someone.
Alright, so number 6. I'm gonna try and just like fly through these because these are like the obvious ones. I should have really tried to like fly through the rest, but I just kept talking about them. So number 6 is gonna be Kino. Oh, sorry, I should use the correct term before I start shortening it. Number 6 is Kino de Toten. There you go. I put it number 6 because just again, it's just a good fucking map. Probably one of the better ones if you just want like a casual experience. Obviously, you got the fucking stage, which is like one of the best training spots just in general. It's one of the most iconic maps. I mean, you've got to realize for its time, you know, like teleport to the fucking Pack-a-Punch, and then, you know, just everything. You know, it's like there was really nothing like Kino de Toten back then. Just in terms of like the chaos and shit, and just kind of the feel of the map. It was all really different, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to sound intelligent. I don't think there's really anything necessarily bad about the map also, so that's why it's ranked so high. You can really get to any round you want with this fucking map, as long as you're just dedicated enough. So yeah, that's why Kino is at number 6. It's really just a good map. Also, I forgot to mention the fucking song 115. That's a good fucking song. Like, if you don't like rock and shit like that, like you're not gonna like it. But if you can appreciate it for like what the map's supposed to be, it really fits. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but there you go. So yeah, that's Kino number 6. Moving on to the top 5, boys. We made it. More specifically, I made it. I've been recording this over 2 days.
I will train the animals in the ways of death.
So number 5 is Doris, and obviously this is the map of all maps, you know. Everyone considers it like the best zombies map. Of course, because, I mean, it plays probably the best, and it's just an iconic map that brought the whole community together. Oh. Yeah, really nothing that I can say about this map is bad. The only thing I will say though is on World at War version is fucking buggy to shit. Granted, the World at War zombies is really fucking buggy, but I'm talking like you got Jug and a Wonder Wolf and you die in one hit kind of buggy. That is annoying as fuck. Of course, the map introduced the Pack-a-Punch, which is like iconic to this day. I think, well, every single map has Pack-a-Punch, right? Except from like obviously the ones before it. I think this is the map where the original characters were like the most insane. Also, the fucking trailer for that map, the gameplay trailer, is one of the better ones as well. Just in terms of like how dramatic it is, I suppose. it all just fits together, and it just makes a fucking good map. Not only that, but Beauty of Annihilation is a pretty fucking good song as well. They kind of made it into like some fucking techno remix in Black Ops 3, but I can let that slide. Also, the Easter egg is pretty, you know, it's pretty simple. You just shoot the little button with a Pack-a-Punch weapon, and then you just find the things, and then Samantha says you win, game over, and then there you go. That's the Easter egg done. Also, if you want to be a fucking weirdo, you can throw a monkey bomb into the furnace and it'll actually scream. And then Samantha will say something to you like, "Why are you hurting like my toys," or whatever the fuck she said, something like that. So yeah, nothing really to say about Duries. It's just a really fucking good map. You have the catwalk, just everything just fits well, pretty much. So that's why it's at number 5, because it's just a good map. So there you go.
I did not return to Russia just to die. I will find ammo.
I put Gorokrovia at number 4 purely because of the Easter egg, and also the ray gun Mark III, and the fucking dragon, and everything. The fucking Pack-a-Punch skins. The fucking Pack-a-Punch skins look fucking amazing. They're all fucking blue and red and purple, you know what I'm saying? Just the map, in terms of like how I feel, the map just works. On some Todd Howard shit, it just works. Killing that huge fucking robot zombie, I forget what it's called, and then just hearing like the fucking clink of it. I don't know why, to me that's so fucking like satisfying. And even those weird fucking robots, they just, you know, they just come around and fucking like zap you. It just all fits. It all just fucking works, boy. So to get the Pack-a-Punch, you need to get these Groff modules, and you have to put them in certain places, and then some fucking pod will fall. You have to defend the pod, and then you get 3 of those shits, and you put in something, and then you can actually get a dragon to fly down at one of these, I think it's like 2 or 3 pads, yeah, that you can just like call the dragon to come, and you ride the fucking dragon, and then you go to Pack-a-Punch. But like I said about the wonder weapons, and the weapons itself, I mean, PPSH, whoa, big deal. It's decent, but it's definitely not as better as the fucking World at War one. Holy fuck. But yeah, you have the PPSH. You got the fucking Raygun Mark III, as I said. I would even go as far to say is the Dragon Shield. I mean, you wouldn't call it a shield. Even that's pretty good. I think you can Pack-a-Punch it. Not Pack-a-Punch it. Upgrade it in some way. And it's just fucking good. Not only that, but the Easter egg ending, of course, because I think when it comes to Easter egg ending, everyone's quite biased, because like a lot of people's favorite character is Nikolai. So obviously, in turn, they're gonna like the map, and they're gonna like the Easter egg ending because it's about Nikolai. Not only that, but also the intro cutscene is really good as well. With fucking Motorhead. I think that's the group Motorhead, right? So that's why it's a number 5. Wait, no, number 4. This is just scuffed at this point. Jesus, I've been talking about this for so long. So yeah, Gorokrovia number 4.
If someone's gotta take him out to save the universe, then it should be me that does it.
So number 3 is gonna be the Eisendrache. I'm not saying the Eisendrache. That sounds really dumb. It's just a nice map to be in, you know what I'm saying? It's just a nice map. You spawn in, and it's just like nice. You know, you fucking go out to where the KRM is. It's just a nice fucking map. It's all snowy, you know. Now this Easter egg, like I have been saying throughout the whole fucking video, I've tried and I've also done. I've tried it twice, I failed it twice, and I was just in a public game, and then some fucking person carried me through it, which I was fine with. Like, just the fact that this map is just based in a fucking castle that's actually real, it just makes it a fucking good map, you know? The way that everything's just kind of like placed, it all just fits together. There's nothing that just kind of like doesn't fit. The Easter egg steps aren't necessarily hard, as long as you know what you're doing. And also the Easter egg ending is probably one of the better ones as well. Then again, I've been saying that about all of the fucking Black Ops 3 Easter eggs. Except Revelations, that was fucking shit. But some general things about the Eisendrache in terms of gameplay. Of course, the bows are all like really good. They all serve their own purpose. You're not going to necessarily be at a disadvantage if you have one over the other. Some are easier to make than the others. I usually tend to stick with the lightning bow or the wolf bow. The wolf bow is definitely not only probably like one of the better bows out of the 4, but also one of the easiest to make. I think once you know what you're doing with the map, you'll definitely have a lot of fun with it. And I'm also a little bit biased because this map is probably the one I played the most on Black Ops 3, and also the map that I got the highest round on ever, so, and that is 61, not too high, but it's pretty high for me. And yeah, I think that concludes the Eisendrache. If you haven't played it, I'll recommend it. I sounded really fucking like I advertise it to you. I wish I was getting paid. So yeah, number 3.
You've been in the joint too long, Al. You've forgotten how to get shit done.
So number 2 is gonna be Mob of the Dead. A lot of people put this as number 1, but fuck off. Obviously, I would understand if you put it number 1, but I put it number 2. So yeah, there you go. It's my list, my fucking video. You're not making it for me, so fuck off. I think ever since the like gameplay, or not even the gameplay trailer, just the cinematic trailer for this map, it was good. You know, it's probably got the best, I think, start, and also you know, Sal saying "ain't that swell." That was a meme for about a month. The characters are all unique. They definitely don't, even though they all kind of come from the same background, they don't really feel entirely the same. One thing about the characters I don't really like is Weasel. Most people, that's their favorite character, but he's the one that I don't like the most, and I'll tell you fucking why. I'll tell you why I don't like Weasel. Firstly, his fucking voice is annoying, right? I don't want to listen to this person's fucking voice the whole fucking game. I would rather not be Weasel over anyone else. And also, because he's in Black Ops 2, you fucking dolphin dive, and he makes the most annoying fucking sound, I'm telling you. So obviously, you know, Weasel has his purpose in the map. He really makes the whole map and like ties it into the storyline at least. But I just can't fucking stand him. I will say though, however, something about the characters I do like that they put into the map is, I think all of the characters have this, when they're about to bleed out, they all start talking to themselves and like kind of like go over their whole entire like experience of like life and just reflect on everything. It's really fucking like cool to hear. It kind of just gives like characters that are literally fucking killing zombies and doing all this fucking shit. It gives them some kind of like humanity to them, which I really like. The map itself is a fucking prison, so of course it's close quarters. Also, to get to the Pack-a-Punch is really unique. Something I probably don't really like about the Pack-a-Punch, although it makes sense, is that every time you use it, you have to go and get fuel for the plane. Sometimes that could be a little bit tedious, especially on the higher rounds. Just everything in the map is just, it's unique, but it works. It's not like too unique to the point where it's just like, well, this all just falls to shit. It just all works. The characters are great. The map is great. The song is great. And I like music quite a lot. So I don't think it will be a map that can be topped by any new Call of Duty Zombies at all. Besides this one. Number 1 is going to be Origins. Let me just get this out of the way first. The Easter egg ending was bad. It was really bad. Especially because it was one of those ones where it didn't really make any sense. Definitely Black Ops 2 was meant to be continued into Black Ops 3. If they didn't continue that storyline, then I'm sure a lot of people who like are really into the storyline would have been pissed off. But anyway, the actual map, let me get into that, because my throat is starting to get dry again. I need some water, fuck them. So you spawn in, and then obviously if you know what you're doing, you grab a fucking spade. You can fucking, you know, dig sites. There's generators. A lot of people don't like the generators, but well, I mean, it's personally just kind of like there. But from there you can either get quick revive, and you can also get zombie blood. That's also something unique to Origins, which is, it's pretty good. If you find yourself in a sticky situation and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a fucking zombie blood, you just go run to it, and then there you go, the zombie just fuck off for like a few seconds. But you activate all of the generators, and then you go to Pack-a-Punch, which is pretty much in the center of the map. The map itself just looks fucking good. I mean, you got robots walking around, there's huge robots that you can even go into if you want. The way everything just works. Everything's just kind of like an Easter egg, but it's not exactly too strenuous to do if you know exactly what you're doing, which I personally don't. But even the intro cutscene to the map is fucking, I think it's probably like the best one in terms of just like, you know, introducing the characters and like just the action, the song, and everything just kind of, everything just plays good. I also just like Shepherd of Fire, which is a song they use, so I mean it's pretty good. You got so much shit to do. You can really do as much or as little as you want in the map. There's a lot of space to go around, just looking around the map. You know, you can build a shield. You can, if you're trying to do the Easter egg, or even if you don't want to do Easter egg, you can do the Maxis drone. And I think that's why I like this map so much over the others, because you can really just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, the minute that you just, like, know what you're doing, it's just easy mode, pretty much. And that's not to say that the map is easy. The map is really, it's one of the most difficult ones in terms of getting together and everything like that. So I really urge you, if you haven't ever played Origins and you have access to it, of course you don't want to pay for it, but if you have access to Origins, I would definitely recommend at least trying to get into the map a little bit. Play a few games of public games, you know, and just see what happens. Granted, if you play Black Ops 3, there's really not that many people playing Origins now. Most people are on Kino and Shadows of Evil and the Giant, which is kind of a shame. But, you know, it is what it is. That's it. Origins at number 1. Honestly, I think the map plays really well. It's my personal favourite. It's one of the maps I would, like, always go to. If I needed to play one map forever, it would probably be that one. Also, yeah, the song. The song. Okay, I would say that the song on Origins is probably, like, not the best. It kind of, like, it's a bit too much for me. But you can actually have an alternate Easter egg song if you go into the robots, the big giant robots. There's some things that you can press on there, and if you get 3 of them, Shepherd of Fire, Shepherds of Fire, whatever the fuck you call it, it will play. That's my list, and this fucking video is probably going to be long as fuck. I apologize if I didn't really have any gameplay. I don't really want to steal anyone else's gameplay, at least for like a long period of time. I would rather just use my own, or just like the trailers that is a little bit more official. I don't want to fucking copyright claims, even though I'm probably going to get some by some of the music I might use. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Even if you just use it for background noise, I appreciate it. It was a really long fucking video, so of course you're not going to fucking stay tuned for like the whole thing. And if you did, well, thanks. I'm glad you like my voice enough to watch this for like however long it's going to be. So tell me what you think if you want in the comment section about my list. I think it's a decent list. I mean, of course, even me now, I would change some things. A list keeps changing. It's like someone saying your top 10 artists. It's always going to change. It was just the mood that I was in at the time. So that's my list. I'm pretty happy with it. And it's a fucking reason to make a video as well. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I'm not going to ask for a subscription or likes because that's fucking overplayed at this point. So, yeah, go play zombies now, since you just watched like a half an hour video, even longer video, on zombies. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Oh.